Welcome to the Welcome Home Living Room webinar. How's it going, Em?
Hello, Christopher. It is going well. It was a few hectic weeks here in Atlanta, especially last week, and I know in Tampa as well, but we're here. Sans a lot of damage, thankfully, and I'm excited to be here for Living Room Webinar.
Yeah, absolutely. Our thoughts, to all of the people that have experienced any loss going through the storm. You're right. Obviously I'm down here in St. Pete and there was certainly impact, but we know that that impact went all the way up through Georgia into a lot of those southeast states. So all of our thoughts to everybody that's going through that experience. I know there's a lot of great companies out there that are sharing resources. And so if there's any need, if anyone, even as we go through Living Room webinar, a part of the goal of this is just to make those resources available to anyone. And so if there are links that anyone wants to share, I saw some of those on earlier today, and just being able to support local communities, and that's what we're all about. So if that's, if you have some of those links, please feel free to share those.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have a very packed agenda today.
We
I think
do.
we've got five different segments. So it's going to be fast, like always, but we're going to try to have a little fun with it. And we're really excited to introduce our first guest. So again, thank you everybody for joining us. We're so excited to be able to provide another Living Room webinar for you. And this month we are jumping right into our future segment. And
Yes.
I'd love to introduce our very special, very first guest, Caden from Milestone Retirement. So welcome,
Welcome,
Caden.
Kaden.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So well,
Great.
so great to see you.
Yeah,
Yeah, tell us a little
guys.
bit about, Milestone Retirement and your role there.
Yeah, so with Milestone, I'm the Chief Strategy Officer. It's a little bit different than a normal CSO. So I lead marketing, sales, and then strategic growth and investments. Those three main divisions across the company.
Very awesome. And I know we met a little bit over a year ago. We were talking about this earlier, online, that we had met at Nick, and you had some big ideas and then you were able to execute on those ideas. So kudos to you for being able to get through the year. I know a year moves so fast, right? Here we are a year later, and you were just at Nick. But talk to us a little bit over the last year, some of those things, ways that you were able to improve, Milestone Retirement.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a crazy year. So we've done a lot, man. We have a new website that's live that has been in development since, April. We developed it all in-house. There's no third parties, there's no agency. We have a developer on staff. So when we took marketing out from an agency and brought it in-house under me, one of the things I did was bring in a web developer so that we can make those changes and kind of have that vision that we have cast out, so we manage our brand a little more effectively. We have Welcome Home now. We have a new EHR going live. We've built some pretty cool systems internally, automated community onboardings and a few other things. So it's been a lot. It's been pretty impressive.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And it's cool to see, senior living, especially in other aspects other than technology, kind of making its way into the 21st century with some of the things you're doing. So as we think about the future and we think about what's to come, what do you envision for the senior living industry when you think about the future and what's to come?
Yeah. I think it's really big. That's a broad question, but when I think about it, I think it's experiential in many ways. I think long gone are the days that everybody has the best care and the best food and the same things that everybody says. I think that's going to be gone. And so really for the future, I think for employees at your home office, employees in a community, and your residents as well, being able to provide an experience for them that's one exciting and engaging for all stakeholders. I think that broadly is gonna be where the industry starts to shift to. The people who do a great job of it will definitely emerge.
Very cool. Yeah, and
And
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think where we see it right now, right? I see on LinkedIn people taking their seniors skydiving, indoor skydiving, and communities building vineyards in the back of their community. So I think we're seeing it, and I'm excited to see more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think one final question for you, Kaden. Another thing that we talked about when we connected that first time was just the move from a different industry into senior housing and to senior living. And so what's kind of surprised you the most about that transition?
A lot has surprised me. It's wildly different. It's vastly different than renewable energy. So I'd say there's two big things. Obviously, tech adoption and the use of technology is a really, really big one. That's where Milestone's kind of poised to grow, I think, and do really well. The other one is how we manage our teams. One of the things I was really surprised about when I came to Milestone was the micromanagement of what our salespeople did. How many emails, how many tours, how many calls, how many flyers, all this. And so I did away with that when I started. I don't love that approach personally, and I didn't like it as a salesperson. And so we kind of take the philosophy of if you're
I see some of the chat. We got some yays.
right, like
Right
yay,
now. I was gonna say there's some people that are probably
yeah.
pretty excited about what you're saying right now.
If
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to manage it that closely, I don't think I set the right expectations, and I don't know that you're on the right team if I did. So that's kind of the philosophy behind it. That was a big shift, and still is a big shift for some of our employees that are coming to us. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Kaden, yeah, you're getting some really great feedback in the chat. And I think a lot of people, it's more of that culture as we move forward with, people want to be trusted and to get their jobs done. And I love that you guys are implementing that.
Totally.
Well, our time is short together. We cannot wait to see you at Smash in a few weeks. So if you're coming to Smash, Kaden will be there as well. We're gonna keep him under our wing because it's his first Smash. So if you see him, say hello. And Kaden, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you sharing all of your thoughts for the future.
Appreciate it. See you guys later.
See ya.
See ya. Amazing.
We've got another amazing guest, one of our favorites. One of our amazing data divas, and she is back. Welcome. We want to welcome Elena back into the living room webinar.
Woo!
Hey guys, hey Emily, I'm really excited to be back and I have some data to share with you all. So we have a panel about referrer development at Smash. We want to talk to you a little bit and give you a sneak peek into the referrer data with all of you. So we know referrer development is a critical part of our healthy sales and marketing processes, and referred leads, they're among the most likely to convert. They move in quicker and they stay longer. So in this analysis, we actually looked into those activities completed by sales directors with professional and non-professional referrers. So this doesn't include aggregators, to better understand how we're engaging with them. And we know we have a wide network of referrers. On average, communities have around 370 referrers in their database, which is a lot to manage. But we're only actively working with fewer than half of them. So 60% of our referrers in the database didn't have any recorded activities in the past year. So we have some room to improve. And I think we're going to drop a poll in the chat.
Let's do it. We love the data polls.
Woo! Yes.
Should be popping up on your screen now. So what percentage of professional and non-professional referrers sent a lead in the last year?
Oh, we got some answers
in real time. Here we go. And just again, while the poll is happening, thank you everybody that's in the living room today. I know that people are making comments in the chat. Fantastic. We love to hear from you. The whole point of this is we're sitting in here together, having a conversation about senior living. So again, thank you for joining us, and we're so excited that you're here.
All right. We've got about almost 50%. So get your answers in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and all right. It looks like the majority is saying less than 10%, Elena.
That would be correct. So only about 8% of our referrers have sent us a lead in the last year, and just 3% of those have generated a move-in. So the audience is right on the nose with that.
Great job. Great job.
Yes.
Good job to everybody. But that number's a little concerning. It's pretty low.
Absolutely. So we're looking at the activities that are happening with referrers. So with referrers that had at least one activity in the last year, each had roughly 9 touch points in the last year. 7 out of these 9 touch points were emails, in addition to 1 phone call and 1 appointment. However, this alone, it's not enough. When analyzing those referrers who sent a lead, sent a move-in, those 8%, those 3%, the activities engagement with them is much higher, which is what we'd expect. So for our more productive referrers, that activity is looking different. Referrers who sent a lead, we had an average of 22 activities completed with them in the last year compared to 9. And with those who sent a move-in, that looks like 29 activities. And don't want to scare you with these numbers. It might seem like a lot, but this looks like 2 to 3 touch points a month. And most of those touch points are emails, but we also see more of those quality touch points like phone calls and appointments with those more productive referrers.
So what I'm hearing is that we need to increase our activities in order to strengthen these relationships.
Exactly. We've got that broad range of referrer database, but for those who are productive, we're dedicating more time and effort to strengthen those relationships. So it stands to reason we've got to keep mining that database and increase that to actually find that balance between quality and quantity of activities.
Wow, that's amazing. Anything else you want to share with us, Elena?
My last tip is to focus on identifying and nurturing those active referrers, track and manage those referrer relationships in the CRM, and based on those referrers who are more productive, spend time with them.
Absolutely. And we know a lot of people on this call, especially that I've talked to. I know we have some panelists that'll be joining us at Smash. Shout out Jeff Arduino from Spectrum. But I know this is a huge priority for a lot of our customers. And I know even if you aren't a customer of Welcome Home, this is something that a lot of people are focusing on. So visit us at our talk at Smash so you can learn more. Work with your customer success manager at Welcome Home if you're a client to help with some more tips and tricks. And Elena, as always, thank you so much for giving us some insights into what's going on.
Thank you both.
Jeff is here and he said, so excited to share more. Jeff, we are so excited to have you. There was a question in the chat. What is Smash? Great question. So Smash is a sales and marketing conference that is happening later this month in October. And the majority of us that are in sales and marketing specific to senior housing, we will be there. It's a great event and we look forward to connecting with you. As Emily mentioned, there's going to be fun. We're going to have friends there. And speaking of friends that are going to be there and are celebrating, we have in this next segment in the neighborhood, a very special friend from Heart Legacy Sales Mail. Welcome, Christy, to the living room. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so excited to be here. It's my first time and I already feel at home.
Welcome. All right, Christy,
we're
if you
so
were
glad
to our living room, and it was potluck, what are you bringing? I know you're, in Tennessee, but what are you bringing to my living room?
Oh, some type of like green bean casserole. That's always what I want.
Yes.
Like a forever food.
It's also the easiest, and I bring it to Thanksgiving every single year. It's just easy, and it's good.
That's it. It's good.
That's right.
Are you I mean,
Cheers,
I know you've got, your fiance has got a little garden situation that he's built for you. Are you growing green beans out there? Is that a thing?
No, we just have like tomatoes and peppers and banana peppers and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Amanda said I didn't see that coming. I wasn't prepared for that question, friends. Green beans are just ingrained in my core, apparently.
All right, well, now you know what you need to be planting out there.
That's right.
But back to the point. So we love, obviously, the collaboration, the partnership between Heart Legacy, between Welcome Home. Walt's been, just fantastic support. We've worked well together for a long time. We love what you guys are doing, but obviously we want to hear more about, your tools, and tell us a little bit more about the big stuff that we're accomplishing together. Sales directors, why is sales mail so important?
For sure. So let me start off by just kind of like bridging the gap a little bit for us with Heart Legacy and Sales Mail. So Heart Legacy is actually home to Sales Mail, which is senior living's #1 favorite video messaging tool. And that's just because it's super, super easy and really effective. And I know we've already talked about, you know, your experience at the HubSpot conference, and everything I've been saying was just anchored in. I didn't even pay them to say that. So really excited to hear that, you know, video is a hot topic. It
Yes,
just
huge.
truly outperforms, right? Like all other means of communication. It allows us to capture attention, emotion, tone, nuance, all of the things that build connection and build trust in a relationship in a really easy, effective way. I loved the data queen right before me that shared, you know, those quality touch points are what's converting and what's making things happen. And so when you're having maybe stagnant communication with phone calls, text, emails, I always joke, if you've sent a carrier pigeon and you're still not getting a response, perhaps add a video.
Smoke signal,
Yeah.
right.
Perhaps, yeah. So just adding video. I do always love to leave folks with a pro tip. So I do want to share one with you really quickly on here. And it's to use video in your subject lines. I actually did a little bit of research on what HubSpot shares around this, and it says that 47% of email recipients open an email based on subject line alone. And when I first started using video, I was just like, my videos are so good. Everyone's going to love them. And nobody was opening them. And I was like, what's going on? And it turns out there's tons and tons of data to support video in the subject line will truly change the game for you.
Love that.
Amazing. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And as a leader, someone who gets sold technology on a day-to-day basis, I will say it's always the videos that captures your attention, especially when they have a little whiteboard that says my name on it. I'm like, you
For
did
sure.
that for me.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's just a really personal touch.
Yeah. And I love that. But tell us a little bit of what you see your customers as sales directors at the communities. How are they using it in their day-to-day?
Yes.
Like what kinds of kind of best practices do you see the best users utilizing, you know, sales mail?
Yeah, I would say 3 main trigger points are what I see the most consistent. Upon an e-lead inbound, you know, outside third-party lead coming in, being able to respond to that lead very quickly and efficiently, but also with a really personalized touch point is going to convert that inbound lead to getting them on site to tour. And if we're having trouble getting those folks on site to tour, let's send them a pre-tour reminder of what to expect, where to go, what will we be wearing so they know how to recognize us when they come in. That would probably be like the most impactful. And then I love a post-tour follow-up. I actually used sales mail as a sales director back in 2019. Shout out to the Spectrum folks on here because that's where I used it. But I saw tons of conversions happen by way of just using video to communicate what I was already trying to convey via plain text, right? Tone is tough to convey via plain text. That's where we add video. So I would say those 3 main trigger points are what I see the most. I train a lot of teams to leverage this tool, and that's what I see most consistently.
Very cool. So one final question from the chat: is sales mail all about sales, or what other ways can it be used?
Oh gosh, there are so many ways. And I know that we've got some sales and marketing folks here on the call. And so 2 things. The first thing is if you'd like to take a deeper dive and want a personalized demo, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our team would love to set that up for you.
Yep.
I personally feel like I am like a treasure trove of use cases for days. And so whether you're putting these into automation sequences, whether you're sending this in like autoresponders or generalized evergreen content, the options are truly endless. I would say leveraging this tool when you want to make the greatest impact is a good rule of thumb.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Christy. And as you mentioned, you know, there's a link here on the webinar for people to connect directly with Christy and the team at Heart Legacy Sales Mail. And I think you're going to be at Smash as well. And I think you're going to be celebrating.
I am indeed. Monday of Smash is in fact my birthday. So I'm just no shame in my game. We will be celebrating. I look so forward to seeing you all there. Yes, it's going to be great.
You better have a sash and a crown. And if you,
Obviously.
Walt is not, Walt, get on that. I know he's on, so we'll make sure that happens.
Thanks,
well, Christy,
friends.
thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Christy.
All right.
So much fun.
So we have 2 welcome homies that we are kind of flip-flopping in between each webinar. Last month was Pierce, Handyman Pierce with his tools and tips. And this month it is Featured Features with one of our senior customer success managers. I know a lot of people on here have him as their CSM. And here's Jacob, our lovely Jacob Kowalski.
Hello to all my fans, aka Just Bryant. In honor of it officially being fall and with football season in full swing, I am here to serve as Welcome Home's residential referee And Chris, Emily, I have some bad news.
Oof.
What's wrong?
After
What do you got?
reviewing the following play, I have to flag Welcome Home with some offensive interference. Do you know why?
Oh, why?
No, tell us why.
I find it offensive that we have some new features that we've rolled out that we haven't shown our wonderful viewers yet. But the good
Wow.
news is that we have instant replay. So let's take a look in the booth to review these new features. I'm going to go
Let's
Oh, let's
share
go.
my screen. All right. I'm a
Did you
referee.
throw
I'm
the
not a
flag
tech
on the
expert.
ground? Did you throw it on the ground?
Thank
There
you. Yeah,
There we
it
go.
needed to be official. There we go. All right,
Uh-huh.
Jacob. What
Sharing
can
my
we look
screen.
at
Can
today?
everybody see?
Yep.
All right. We actually have a new feature just rolled out today that I'm excited to show you as well, but a feature we rolled out in the last week or two. I want to remind you that we've always had the ability to use speech to text on activities, on life story. It's a huge hit, makes your life easier instead of typing everything out. We listened to what everybody was saying. We kept getting asked, can we add the speech to text to texting and emailing on the computer version? We've always had the ability to do it on the mobile app. What if we could use speech to text while texting or emailing on our desktop? The good news is that you are able to do so now. If I click text here, you're going to see this little microphone here. So I could say, hey, Jacob, just wanted to follow up, see if 3 p.m. on Thursday was a great time for you to tour. Click that
Amazing.
microphone. I could send that text. No more typing, more speaking, right? You can now go to email. You can click email, same process. You now have that speech to text button from your email. So life story, activities, emailing, texting, you can use speech to text, efficient, make your life easier instead of having to type a bunch of mumbo jumbo in your notes. All right. So the other feature that I wanted to show is one that, like I said, we released just today that we're super thrilled about. I'm going to go ahead, open up another tab. I wanted to show you the prospect creation module. So this may be familiar for a lot of you. If someone calls in, if they stop by, you have to manually add that prospect. You've always had the ability to schedule an activity for any follow-up that you want to do. Maybe it's a tour, maybe it's a call, a follow-up email. We are now giving you the opportunity to also log an existing activity that may have happened. Like I said, maybe they're calling in, maybe they're stopping by. You want the ability to be able to record that while creating the prospect, in addition to scheduling that next activity. So you have login activity. You can easily log an inbound call, for example, saying that they inquired a few moments ago, and then go ahead and schedule that next activity as well. So you don't have to create the prospect and then have to create another activity afterwards. You can do it all in one. Once again, just like speech to text, trying to make your lives more efficient and easy. And that's it for featured features.
Are we back on?
Right.
We're back in the game now, right? Now that you're
Yeah.
We're back in the game. I forgot my whistle, but I can't do that. I can't do it.
Perfect.
But yes, you got it.
We'll work on that
Well-
whistle for next time, but thanks, Ref. We appreciate, you calling
Thank you for calling us out. Yep.
Yep.
We will learn, we will be better. But yeah, as Jacob mentioned, that new feature is like hours old. So you guys are hearing it here first, and we're really excited about it. So Jacob, thank you for coming. Thank you
Jacob.
for, yes, you are always a pleasure. And go referee some more games. I think we got a lot more going on. They
Got it.
need you.
Go welcome home.
Go team home. Bye, Jacob. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Very
All
cool.
right. We're at our last segment. And look at this time, Chris. 2:55, and we have one more segment left. And unfortunately, Michael Moy could not be with us
It's
today for
Yep.
the Moy you know. But if you haven't met Charles in Charge, one of our account executives here at Welcome Home, we are happy to welcome you to the living room, Charles.
Charles, welcome.
Yeah, grateful to be here. Grateful to be here. And I was worried because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to top Michael, and now I really can't top Michael and Jacob. I feel like the bar has been set pretty high. But do you all want to hear some fun facts about Vegas? Does that sound like a good idea?
That's exactly what I want right now.
Yep, do it.
Perfect. Okay, so I've never been to Vegas, but here are 5 fun facts.
Come on, here we go.
First time for everything, right? So all of the lights, Las Vegas is actually the brightest place on earth. The Las Vegas Strip has around 30 hotels and casinos lining its path. And their enormous signage and neon lights make them the brightest spot on the planet. You can actually see it from space. And I was shocked at this, but Las Vegas is actually even brighter than Hong Kong. So that's fun fact number 1.
Thank you.
Oh.
Let's go. Number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Over 300 weddings happen every day in Las Vegas. So if you're doing the math, that's about 110,000 weddings a year. And you can get married in Vegas. You can quickly elope if you want to. And there are a lot of wedding venues that will let you walk in and get married at the drop of a knee or a flag in Jacob's case. But you can actually get married by an Elvis impersonator, which is kind of cool. So in less than 10 minutes, you can get your wedding dress. You can get married by an Elvis impersonator, just like in The Hangover. So if you want to relive some movie fanfare there, you can do that.
I don't know if that's a goal,
So,
but all right.
Yeah, let's be clear. We're not endorsing any smash weddings. So that's just need to put that out there. No smash weddings, guys.
Right.
Not an endorsement, just a fact. Yes. And of course, the Graceland Chapel, super famous, named for Elvis's home. It was the first place that an Elvis themed wedding happened back in 1977. Fact number 3. We're ready to keep moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it. So Vegas is not haunted, but there is arguably a haunted place pretty close to Vegas. So there's an abandoned city under Lake Mead, right outside of Vegas. So the ghost town of St. Thomas was submerged in the 1930s by the U.S. federal government. They wanted to build this massive lake called Lake Mead. It's the world's largest man-made reservoir, and they needed to clear out as much space as they could. So at its peak, Lake Mead actually submerged the town of St. Thomas in 60 feet of water, and some of the levels of water have receded today, so you can actually see the town. So if you want to go and see how
you dive through it, now I'm very curious as someone who's new to the diving world. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I believe it is a thing. So yeah, enter at your risk.
Cool.
Okay.
Interesting. So, kind of like Lake Lanier.
Yeah, very similar to Lake Lanier. Okay, another one. Like, I hope you're hungry, but about 60,000 pounds of shrimp are consumed in a day in Las Vegas. That's in a day. I didn't do the math on that one, but that is that's a lot of tons of shrimp in a year.
Just like isn't the city that I would think for shrimp, but I guess buffets.
Yeah, the shrimp cocktail, I guess, is a But I'm with you. I don't know that I'm ordering shrimp in Vegas.
Nah.
Yeah, it's a little far from the ocean for me. Okay, lastly, in Las Vegas, there are billions of dollars lost by gamblers each year. I think we all know this fact. But casinos make about $15 billion a year off of gambling losses and food and all that good stuff. So if you ever go to Vegas, like I will be, and I'm going to have to teach myself this lesson, but please gamble responsibly if you choose to. And don't forget, the house always wins. That was it. That was Charles and Charles.
That was fantastic.
Charles, great to have you on the show. Yep.
Catch Charles at his first smash ever, his first time in Vegas that we all just figured out. So on top of us keeping Caden under our wing, we will be keeping Charles under our wing. So come and say hello. He'll be at our booth, and we're excited to see you guys all there. And Charles, thank you so much. Those are amazing.
Very cool.
All right, Christopher, we did it again. Another successful webinar, even with the minor snafu of having to reschedule it. So thank you to everybody who still attended. Thank you to Christy, to Caden, to Jacob, to Elena, to Charles. We could not do this without our amazing production crew behind us, Marissa, everyone who helps make this possible. Chris, any final parting words for our friends?
That's it. Have a great October, and we will see you, if not at Smash, at one of the other conferences. Leading Age is also coming up. There's some other really great GSLA is happening. And so even if you're not at a conference, we're always here. Reach out to us. We love answering your questions. We love getting to know you more. Em and her team are absolutely outstanding with helping all of our customers just figure things out. So thanks everybody for being here today.
Thanks everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.